Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to just go ahead and take a full screen view of this because that is an absolutely gorgeous shot here. This is, of course, one of the newest additions here at Weather NorCal. We have got a Skycam, and we are working on getting a Skycam network. Yeah, that's right. We're going to be looking at getting more cameras. And in fact, we have scheduled to put up 2 more cameras, and we know where we're going. I know where they're going to be going, but you don't. And that's something you'll find out here a little bit later. But so it's one of those stay tuned. But I mean, come on, how gorgeous is this? You've got the Sacramento River. This is on top of Divine Restaurant. And you can see off in the distance there, beautiful Mount Shasta off in the distance. And of course, those beautiful colors from that. So that is awesome. By the way, you can see this camera 24/7 from weathernorcal.com. And I'll be getting it on the app here very shortly. Maybe I'll work on that this weekend so you can access it from your phone as well. Because, I mean, come on, who doesn't want to look at a beautiful shot like this whenever they can? It's awesome. Loving it. All right, let's get you into your Krueger's Quick Cast, shall we? This is your Friday, April 24th. And we're going to be looking at things getting a little bit more interesting over the next couple of days. So for today, of course, as you start out the morning, you're talking temperatures in the mid to upper 40s in the valley. 20s and 30s for the higher elevations, and in the upper 40s along the coast. Now, this morning, it's dry. It's cool in some spots, but not as cool as it has been. But generally looking at some low clouds, maybe a little bit of fog for some of you along the coast. But otherwise, mainly sunny skies. Eventually, the clouds will start to develop later this afternoon. Now, you see those clouds to our south? Those are kind of coming in, and that activity, that energy is staying to our south. So we're not going to see any rainfall out of this at all. But what it is doing is bringing us a few clouds, especially to the south around the Chico area. But I expect even those to kind of move on out as that area of low pressure kind of shifts more down to the south and east. So for today, I'm expecting mainly dry conditions. And I say mainly because look at the afternoon. Look at late this afternoon, early evening. You see around extreme eastern Trinity County, western Shasta, western Tehama, and western Glen could see a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. We could even see a pop-up shower or thunderstorm for the northern Sierra. And it's going to be few and far between. Mostly dry, though, across the board. Then we go into tonight, and of course, once the sun sets, that energy, it's gone. That's going to be all 100% what we call convective activity. That's the heat that rises, and there may be just enough available moisture for a pop-up shower thunderstorm where you just saw those. The winds are going to be picking up a little breezy again this afternoon, but I'm not expecting it to be a big deal. A little bit stronger later this afternoon off towards the eastern mountains coming in from the north and west. But for today, you're talking temperatures in the mid-70s for the valley, and looks like in the 60s for most of the higher elevations, upper 50s, low 60s for the coast. And for tonight, upper 40s for the valley, 30s, 40s for the mountains, and looks like some of the low to mid 40s for the coast. All right, so here's the deal. Dry today for the valley across the board. A few more clouds in Chico, but other than that, shouldn't be a big deal, right? Then, when I say PM, it's going to be probably, now it looks like more like mid to late afternoon that we see the chance for showers and thunderstorms in the valley. Could see some more thunderstorms on Sunday. In fact, either at midday or later this evening, I may have thunderstorms on both Saturday, Sunday for the valley. So just note that. That's something we'll be watching. Then Monday through next week, looking dry. And also take note, I may be changing that potential for showers on Monday. Because when we look at Futurecast, it is showing signs of that. So I just want you to be aware of that. But the coast, inland, Del Norte, Humboldt counties, and most of Trinity County and western Siskiyou County, I think you'll be dry today through the entire weekend, even Monday, and then dry through next week as well. I'm putting that chance in for Weaverville because it's borderline, right? It's basically eastern Trinity County that could see some showers and thunderstorms. But for Siskiyou, Modoc County, eastern mountains, thunderstorms tomorrow, Sunday, and I'd even say parts of the northern Sierra could even see a chance for a few thunderstorms today. And then on Monday, I think most of any activity we do see is going to be confined for places like Modoc County, eastern mountains, but we can't rule out maybe a little bit of activity working its way southwest into parts of the valley as well. but then drying out for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. All right, so that's your Krueger's Quick Cast. Let's take another look at that beautiful Skycam, sponsored by Divine Restaurant. I mean, come on, just so picturesque, so beautiful. I could look at that all day long. Let's take a look at that camera out at Lake Oroville this morning. And you can see, looks like things are fairly calm there. Looks like fairly calm in Chico this morning. Not much in the way of traffic. Now, we might be able to see some of the clouds, maybe a little bit here out on Highway 99 at Neal Road, but looks like no major traffic delays there. There are some clouds, though, for the coast. No rain. Just the mostly cloudy skies out there this morning. And there's going to be some fog in some areas. In fact, there I am. There's my mic. All right, I'm back. This is Elk Country, just north of Trinidad. Looks like we have some clouds out there, but overall, nothing too bad. All right. Let's take it to Bald Hill West this morning, and there you can see some of the low clouds kind of hovering in that area. This is looking out at Mount Shasta. Wow, that's just gorgeous, right? You got the mainly clear skies out there this morning out in Siskiyou County. Let's take you now out to Fort Jones. This is Scott Valley, and you can see the clear skies there this morning. No fog to speak of this morning there. And yeah, now we're still seeing a lot of that snow up at Lassen Park. But if you recall yesterday, we couldn't even see the bench. Now we can. We can see the top of that bench. And I'd expect that by tomorrow, maybe even later today, the snow will melt enough. You'll probably be able to see the seat of the bench. So yeah, we're certainly seeing that. A few isolated showers and thunderstorms today. Before we get into that weather headlines, though, we can't forget about our sponsor. How could we? We can't do that, right? Do want to remind you that Wind River has been sponsoring Coffee with Krueger since Coffee with Krueger even started. So very grateful for their support. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. And speaking of different events and things going on, this Sunday, it's, everyone's been thinking about it leading up to it. This Sunday, April 26th, you've got the Chase Matthew concert. And then after that, on May 10th, that's going to be the next event after that, you can reserve your tickets for Mother's Day brunch, and it is going to be in the event center. So be sure to get your tickets early. You don't want those to sell out, do you? All right, so once again, I want to thank Wind River support, Wind River Resort and Casino. There you go, for their support. All right, so we got a few showers today, mainly dry. And of course, we talked about that. We'll get into that deeper dive here in just a bit. Rain and thunderstorms for parts of Northern California this weekend. I think it's going to be dry for the coast, by the way. Warming trend next week, and 80s in the valley by the middle and latter part of next week. So getting into that deeper dive forecast, temperature-wise, well, all right, we're looking at temperatures mid-40s in the valley. Looks like in the 20s, 30s for the higher elevations. Alturas about 25, 37 in Susanville right now, about 45 for Willow Creek, that is. Temperatures upper 40s for Crescent City and Eureka. So we do have some clouds to the south, and we have a bit of a spin of low pressure here. So that's bringing some clouds to the south of Redding. But I do anticipate a lot of those clouds to kind of dissipate here later today. In the meantime, see that swirl of low pressure is producing some colder temperatures up towards Idaho and into Montana, and even a little bit of snow flurries. But this energy is moving to the south and west, but not entirely directly over us, because we've got another area of low pressure that's going to be coming in, and it's going to be joining forces with that trough of low pressure. And that's what's going to give us that instability for some scattered showers, thunderstorms, the works. Let's take a look at that long range. Just kind of show you what we've got. So again, you can see that trough of low pressure, and eventually another one starting joining forces and developing to the south of us. So we have this broad trough of low pressure. That creates the instability that we need for those showers and thunderstorms I was talking about. That's for Saturday. That's also for Sunday. It's moving out. Monday's the transition day back to more sunshine and warmer weather. Now, we do have an area of low pressure, and really over the last few days, that's been very consistent that it's going to stay to our south through next week. And what that would mean for us is that we will remain dry. There was some indication, a few days ago, and even before that, that this energy would be a little bit more to the north, which meant chances for showers for us each and every single day. But now it looks like that energy is staying to our south, and we should remain dry and warmer, especially as we get towards the middle and latter part of next week. Storm Prediction Center has included tomorrow most of California, Northern California, a chance for thunderstorms. Now, notice Del Norte, Humboldt, and really a majority of Trinity County outside of that. So I would anticipate that this really is the area, and I agree with this 100%. This is where we're going to see the best chance for thunderstorms. We can't rule out some of those thunderstorms becoming severe, right? It's that time of the year. Sunday, pretty much the same story. We may shave it off a little bit off to the east here, but overall, kind of same song and dance. And as I was talking about, drier conditions for the North Coast and most of Trinity County. So let's walk you through the timing of all this. So, as you know, the big thing, everyone's watching, everyone's paying attention, cool April nights. We got a lot of show and shines today. We got the cool April nights cruise going on this afternoon and evening. We got good weather for it. And I'm going to prove that to you right here by taking a look at Futurecast. So through the afternoon, we'll see those puffy cumulus clouds developing in the mountains. It's going to look like a summer day, right? Where we start off with mainly sunny and then those puffy cumulus clouds begin to develop. And that's essentially what we're going to be looking at here for this afternoon. Now, where are those thunderstorms going to pop up? Far enough away from the valley, we don't have to worry about it. It will be in extreme western Shasta, extreme western Tehama and Glenn counties, and extreme eastern Trinity County. So I would say to the north, basically east of Weaverville and Hayfork. However, if we see any development around Hayfork or Weaverville, don't be surprised. It's kind of that borderline right there. Then you can see over the northern Sierra, Susanville, if you see a stray shower or thunderstorm today, don't be surprised. It's getting awfully close. Quincy, Portola, all these areas in Plumas County, of course, southward, getting towards Tahoe, could see a stray thunderstorm. And I think the farther north you go, the slimmer the chances. I don't think we're going to see anything in Modoc County or most of Lassen or even Siskiyou County. And of course, the valley staying dry. Things get more interesting by tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, there may be a few more clouds out there. Nothing to worry about. It's going to stay dry Saturday morning across the board. Okay? Now we're going to take you into Saturday midday. We're beginning to see some activity begin to pop up in Modoc County, eastern mountains. So through the afternoon, showers and thunderstorms in the eastern mountains. Look at the coast, dry. Look at Trinity County, western Siskiyou County. All of this area dry. And of course the valley at this point dry. Now, earlier I was thinking that it's going to be late afternoon, evening before we start seeing any thunderstorms popping up. But now the latest models want to bring it in as early as mid-afternoon, especially for Tehama, Glenn counties. Right? Kind of interesting. That doesn't mean we won't see anything for Redding or even Shasta County, but it is something we'll have to watch. Now, of course, the Cool April Nights big event, from what I understand, it is over with by 4 p.m. So your best bet to avoid any rain or even chances for thunderstorms, go in the morning. Because as we go through the afternoon, our chances for showers and thunderstorms are going to increase, as we can clearly see here. But again, take note, Del Norte, Humboldt County, most of Trinity County, western Siskiyou County, dry. Let's take you to about 6 p.m. Now it's really flaring up in northern Shasta County. There are those showers and thunderstorms that we could see for the valley by late afternoon, early evening. Eastern mountains, Modoc County, seeing that potential. Once again, dry for most of Trinity, Del Norte, and Humboldt counties, western Siskiyou as well. There's midnight, tomorrow night into Sunday. Snow in the mountains. If you're traveling above 5,000 feet east of I-5, do note there may be some chain requirements. It may get a little slick out there. And gusty too. Okay, then we go into Sunday morning. All right, a little bit of isolated activity here and there. Some clouds to start off in the valley. Nothing concerning though. Then by midday, just like what we're going to see on Saturday, you see how it's popping up over Modoc County, Lassen County. A few stray sprinkles, maybe a light shower for parts of the valley. On Sunday, once again, dry. Del Norte, Humboldt, Trinity, western Siskiyou. Let's take you into mid-afternoon, 3 o'clock. You see what's happening? Same song and dance. Showers and thunderstorms developing in the valley, Trinity, Siskiyou County, Modoc, eastern mountains, dry for most of Trinity, western Siskiyou, Del Norte, Humboldt. Okay, so you're dodging all of this activity. Then by 6 p.m. Sunday, there they are rolling through the valley, Siskiyou, eastern mountains, dry. Sunday night, look at this, even 10 p.m. we can still see some of those thunderstorms kind of rolling on through here. and some of that snow in the higher elevations. Then by Monday, midday, look at this. We're still seeing a little bit of isolated activity here. And even as we go into Monday afternoon, look at this. We're seeing more showers, possible thunderstorms developing, especially north of the valley, but we can't rule out a stray shower, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm in the valley. But again, the same situation where it's dry west of the valley, Trinity County, Del Norte, Humboldt. So there is a lot to monitor over the weekend if you have outdoor plans. And that's where the free Weather NorCal app comes into play, right? You got to make sure you're staying up to speed with things. And if anything should happen over the weekend, I will be here. Of course, Chase Wilson will be giving you the forecast over the weekend, but should anything happen, I will be here to keep you updated with anything going on over the weekend if we get any severe thunderstorms or even a tornado, if anything like that should happen. So here we are, rain totals. Do not absolutely go around telling your friends we're going to see almost an inch of rain in Redding, because that probably won't happen. This is just looking at where some of the strongest thunderstorms may be. But what I really want to focus your attention to is the fact that it's mainly dry here. That's mainly just some drizzle that we may see. But otherwise, you see how we're just not seeing much in the way of rain here? It's Valley, Siskiyou County, and eastward where we're seeing the bulk of it. And that's the case through the weekend and even into Monday. Snow, models have actually backed down since my earlier recording this morning, but there you can see some of the darker blues. That's in the 4-inch range. So nothing major, and I was talking about maybe some chain requirements. Yeah, maybe, but we're just not going to see a lot of snow, and even if it accumulates on the highway, it won't be for very long and it won't be much. But you know, sometimes all it takes is just a little thin, less than an inch, and it gets very slick. All right, so taking a look at the winds here for today, they'll pick up. A little breezy this afternoon. Nothing big deal, not a big deal. A little bit stronger for your Saturday afternoon. We'll probably keep it fairly strong for your Sunday as well from the south, and then a little breezy for your Monday, but starting to subside a bit here for the first half of the week. So your 10-day trend temperatures. Yeah, we're dropping over the weekend. Much cooler on Sunday, by the way. Look at that, 64. And then we're back up to the 80s near the end of next week. And the lake levels, all right, well, of course, we're not seeing much of a drop here. Trinity has seen a bit of a drop over the last several days, but we're still seeing those slight increases for Lake Shasta and Lake Oroville. That's good. That's keeping us above 100% for the historical average. Wave heights are not expected to do much. They're actually expected to stay fairly low. So I don't anticipate there to be any issues, any small craft advisories, anything of that nature. Winds from the northwest at 5 to 10 knots. Your waves from the northwest is 6 feet in about 10 seconds. All right, here's your neighborhood forecast, sponsored by Dignity Health and Grange Co-op. For Trinity County, you're looking at temperatures mainly in the 70s for today. Gorgeous, really. Now, I put the word chance in there. So I would say Trinity Center, Weaverville, Douglas City, maybe Hayfork, and then to the south and east of that, Lewiston, right? All of these areas seeing the potential Saturday and Sunday for a pop-up shower thunderstorm. West of that, Big Bar, Ruth, Mad River, High and Palm, Burnt Ranch, most likely you're dry. And then we're dry for the coast as well. And I'm talking Saturday, Sunday, by the way. Today, eastern parts of Trinity County could see some activity as well. Alder Point, you're dry. Dry through the weekend. 73 degrees for a high today in Garberville and 63 degrees in Blue Lake. Dry today through the weekend for the North Coast, up to the north. Del Norte, Northern Humboldt. 73 for Orleans. Dry today through the weekend. And getting a little bit warmer through next week. Siskiyou County, okay, Happy Camp, Fort Jones, Etna. I think for the most part you'll be dry throughout the weekend. But Mount Shasta, eastward, chance for showers and thunderstorms Saturday, Sunday. Maybe some activity on Monday. Again, I may be changing the forecast for Monday for some areas here, because now the models want to indicate that, yeah, maybe around Monday we could see the potential for a little bit of activity. But then dry for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So it's one of those kind of stay tuned for Monday to see what happens there. Eastern Mountains for today, you're looking at temperatures mid-60s, give or take. A little bit cooler out towards Mineral, the high of about 59. For the valley, we're talking mid-70s, so another gorgeous day. I think we're going to start off with a few more clouds for, say, Corning southward, but a lot of those clouds should dissipate here by later this afternoon. Now, I've got PM in there for Saturday. It could be sooner, but otherwise, maybe a chance for showers and thunderstorms here for Chico, really through the weekend. Monday, probably fairly dry, and then we're going to warm up as we go through next week. 75 for Redding all the way down to Red Bluff, 75 from Palisadro, 71 for Lakehead and Whiskeytown, about 71. Here's your 7-day forecast for Redding. And honestly, I should probably have some lightning strikes in there for Saturday as well. It may be mid to late afternoon when we start to see those showers and thunderstorms pop up, and then on Sunday as well. So just note that it's going to be a little iffy over the weekend. And that's again why I'm going to have to kind of watch it closely here as we do go through the weekend. So something worth watching here very closely. And then on Monday, I've got it dry, but that may change. That may change as well. So yeah, folks, it looks like it's going to be a rather interesting weekend. And we're not entirely off the hook for the big event for Cool April Nights. The Cool April Nights cruise today, I think you're fine. You don't have to worry about that at all. But for the big show, I would say your best shot is going to be in the morning. As we go through the afternoon, those chances for showers and thunderstorms will probably start to increase. So that's what it's looking like at this point. Let's take a look at some of the events going on today for Cool April Nights. Here we are looking at all the events that's coming from their website. Cool April Drags from the Redding Sports Motorsports Park. Let's see what time that starts. 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. So it looks like it's going to be kind of an all-day type of event. O'Reilly's Auto Parts Show and Shine. That is, by the old San Francisco Deli parking lot. That's where it's going to be. It starts at 10 a.m. Maybe you want to go to the OK Corral Show and Shine. That's on 366. That's going to be in Cottonwood. That starts at 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. You've also got the Burn Cini Winery. Where's that? I'll have to do a little research on that. But anyway, with music by Pine Dogs. What time does that start? 11 a.m. So if you want to, hop between all the show and shines, looks like you've got a good day for it. Shasta High School Show and Shine on Eureka Way. That starts at 11 a.m. Enterprise High School, competing school. That also starts at noon. Live DJ spinning all day. There's going to be a 50-50 raffle too. That's pretty cool. And Mechanics Bank Show and Shine. That's on Churn Creek. That will start at 2 p.m. later on this afternoon. And of course, you got the Cool April Nights Cruise. That is going to start at 6:30 through 8:30 p.m. It's loud, it's colorful, it's pure classic car fun, and there's nothing else like it. So yeah, bring the whole family. Should be a lot of fun. I know it's just a good time. And of course, then you got the big show and shine. This is going to be from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. If you can get out there at 7 a.m., go. Because your best bet is going to be avoiding the rain. Your best bet's going to be first half of the day, bottom line. By 4 p.m., hopefully nothing happens as far as rain or thunderstorms are concerned, but we can't rule out by around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we start to see some showers and possible thunderstorms popping up. So just be aware of that. So that's what it looks like. And again, another look at your 7-day forecast right there. We'll dry out and warm up here as we go into next week. And isn't that always the case? The week of Cool April Nights, the weekend of Cool April Nights, there's always something going on with rain chances, the works, right? But then after that, look what happens. It dries out. It's nice weather, right? It's just that curse, unfortunately, of Cool April Nights. There you go. All right. It's going to do it for us. So here's the deal, folks. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this up on the screen as well. Because for those of you who might be new or don't know what's going on, here it is. Here's what Weather NorCal is all about. I've got a free Weather NorCal app. And here's the deal. If there are any severe thunderstorm warnings in the area, you will get that notification on your screen. And if I need to cut into programming, I will do that. And I will send a push notification, and you will get that push notification. And you'll be able to watch right from your app. Watch it live. There's a 24-hour streaming channel that is available on the app. You can watch the live streaming channel on your app. Speaking of the live streaming channel, there is that live streaming channel available on Roku anywhere YouTube is available, including your smart TV. It's also available on weathernorcal.com, and as I mentioned, on the free Weather NorCal app. So if you're concerned about what's going on, put that on your big screen TV at home, have it running in the background. And if I need to cut in, I will. And it's just like TV, right? Where you're watching something and then someone cuts in live. And that's exactly what I do. And that's what I can do. So make sure that you've got the app, the push notifications on, so you know when and if I will be cutting in. And you can have the 24-hour streaming channel going in the background. That is also another guarantee to make sure that if anything is happening and I need to get the information out, I will do that on a 24-hour channel, which is also available on Facebook and YouTube and the works, but just so you know that. So that's going to do it for us today, folks. What do you say we wrap up the show, and it's Friday? And by the way, of course, as I mentioned, I'm going to be here over the weekend. I'm going to be monitoring everything that's going on over the weekend. But Chase Wilson will be here for the weekend as well, giving you your updates at morning, noon, and evening. But should anything severe happen, I will be here, and I've got you covered. Make sure that you are informed and have all of the information you need, because that's what we do here at Weather NorCal. We don't overhype things, but should we need to do anything that is, for your safety, I'll be sure to get that in there. Get that in there. Okay, interesting. Okay, so yeah, let's wrap up the show, and we will see you Monday morning right here on Coffee with Krueger. In the meantime, keep checking in with Weather NorCal through the weekend.